people. This is Nate here.
It's Kev.
And yo, we are Games Music Life. This is the Games Music Life podcast, episode 367.
Yes, sir.
367. Yeah. What's up, man?
Hey, man. Yeah, man. Out here surviving in the jungle, man. Finally, daylight savings time gonna come back around. Give us that extra hour of sunlight. We need it. ASAP.
Do we get it? Is this when we get an hour back or we lose an hour?
We get an extra hour of sunlight, but we lose an hour tonight. So it's gonna jump from like 1 to 3 o'clock in the morning. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I just don't know how to feel about it. I'm always cool with the fact that we get more time in the summer, but I hate losing that hour. But going back an hour is the worst because it takes like a week to recover. I'll never get used to it. You know what I'm saying? So we lose an hour for some reason. It makes it easier for me.
How so?
Oh, because I don't know. Like I wake up, I feel like I slept in. So like me, when I wake up in the morning, like bro, sleeping in to me is like 7 o'clock. That's sleeping.
Yeah, that's
in.
a fact. Yeah.
So tomorrow when it's 8 o'clock, I look at I did good for myself, So
yeah. Hey, listen,
I don't know.
I had that conversation with somebody the other day. They was like, you don't sleep in on the weekends? I was like, listen, my body don't allow it no more. Like, I'm up by 6:30, like, period. Like, there's no fight, no debate. Weekend don't matter. Vacation don't matter. I'm gonna be up.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Same. I'm up and I'm just looking at the world, man. I don't know. You know what? Getting up in the morning, I appreciate the fact of getting up early for my body clock, but then also it's the only time of the day that I get a chance to be uninterrupted watching my shows, catch up on things that I might like to do before the wife and kids get up. Mm-hmm. So that's the time I appreciate that time because I love natural sunlight.
Yeah.
So like it's nothing better. Get some coffee. You know what I'm saying? And then see the sun crack open, coming over and I get to see my shows are going on. I'm washed, Kev. Like basically is what I'm saying, man.
So what I'm hearing is like, man, once you hear that first little footstep, you're like,
it's over. At that point, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. My supervisor, aka Dante, gets up. It's like, all right, man, he's gonna put me to work. He's always the first one up. I think with him and Lil Nadir, like it's like girls need, or women in general, just need more sleep than men.
Word.
Because Lil Nadir was like this when he would get up in the morning. Now he was real cool about going to get his own food and kind of chilling out. Dante, at least he'll go get me the oatmeal and tell me he'll have it on the counter ready for me. He's like, this is what I want today. This is what I'm feeling. Like, all right,
hold on, wait, still.
Oh, what you mean? That's his
just
beauty.
Show man's how to make the oatmeal.
It doesn't matter. I showed him how to make peanut butter and jelly. It's something dad makes it better.
The oatmeal. Just show him how to make the oatmeal, man. And then he ain't got to wait on you. Because that's really what it is. Is like you hop to it. You got to be like, all right, yeah, I'm going to get to it. Make him sweat a little bit.
No, see, I thought about this. Like oatmeal's a messy cleanup. Plus, like I'm not from the
now, man.
He is old enough, but like at least it's tough to get like to guess it right. Usually, the water to oatmeal ratio, and the time to put. I put 3 minutes, let it cook.
It's just follow the instructions on the package.
Okay, see, this is where it gets tricky because Dante eats 3 packs of oatmeal.
Wow, that's a lot of oatmeal,
3.
man.
It is a lot, bro.
I can't see my little guy out here eat 3 packs of oatmeal. That's crazy.
Listen, bro. Yo, your man is out here getting it in. He's bulking.
I was gonna say, where's he putting it? Because 3 packs of oatmeal. 3 packs?
3. So bowl. Like in one bowl. And and for me, I make his oatmeal kind of like I'll make mine. So I put some Splenda in there. I'll mix it in, put an ice cube in there, cool it down for my guy. So man, listen, certain things
you do make it better.
I do.
Yeah.
I make it better. So, and it's an easy ass. But no, when he gets up, it's over, bro. It's time to go to work, man. So
I feel you.
So yeah. It is getting a little warmer now. It was warm for a little bit, and then it got brick again. Like Ohio is the most bipolar weather ever, man.
That's a fact. But listen, I'm gonna give you some bad news right here, right now.
What's that?
My wife told me that apparently there's an Arctic vortex that's headed this way. That's gonna come at the end of the month or the beginning of next month, and it's gonna last for 4 to 6 weeks.
What?
That's what she say. Now, I mean, hopefully that don't happen, but that's what she told me. That's what she told me. The prediction is right now, and.
Here's the thing, man. I know science has come a long way, right? And I know that the technology will tell us when clouds come and all that stuff. I gotta be honest, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, Kev, but I've been thinking sometimes like maybe these Disney movies been trying to tell us something, man. Like maybe there are, you know what I'm saying, a cloud system up in the sky. Because like when they tell you, it's gonna be real windy tomorrow. How do you know this? Like, I get it. You look at the technology tells you when that's going to happen. Yeah. In my mind, there's a conspiracy. Something's going on, man. Like, how you going to know it's going to be windy? And it'll be windy, too.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. You got to think about it like this, too, man. Like, they're not just you thinking about it for where we live. They're looking at it for the whole world. You know what I'm saying? So like they're just following the weather pattern for the whole world and kind of seeing the way that like the pressure systems work and the poles and all that kind of stuff. So like, yeah, even though I'm gonna tell you what, man, the weatherman get it wrong every day.
Every day.
I'd be so tight with the Apple weather app, bro. It gets it wrong every day. Like so. All right, so for the pod listeners, man, it was the end of an era. You know what I'm saying? I sold my car, man. We bought a truck. Yeah, I mean, so I sold my car, bought my wife a truck with it. And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, now we still got her car, which, you know what I'm saying, decent car, but, you know, now it's our little runaround car. So that's the car that we rip and run back and forth to work in. So Friday, we like, you know what, man, we're going to go out after work, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Look, oh, you know, I guess pod listeners don't know, but it's like, we got a baby on the way. You know, hooray.
Okay, yeah, you know yes, sir. Breaking the seal. My guy's joining the chat, you know?
I mean, listen, we'll find out eventually.
One day we're going to be chatting. Somebody we walking by in the background like, hey, what's going on?
Holding the baby, you know what I'm saying? Just baby giving a thumbs up to all my good points. He's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we've been prepping for all that. And so Friday we like, man, we're gonna go out, we're looking for some furniture for this baby. And so we like, all right, man, we're gonna take the truck. Now, mind you, I had the truck washed, polished, everything, looking real good. It's supposed to be a nice day on Friday. We cooling. Man, you get out, man. Next thing I know, first of all, have you ever heard of dirty rain?
No.
Exactly. But Friday, it was supposed to be a clear day. We end up with dirty rain. I'm like looking at the car. I'm like, why is the car filthy? Like it looked like I was off-roading in this bad boy. I'm like, what is going on? I look at the news today. They're like, man, are you wondering why your car is filthy? It was dirty rain yesterday.
See, that's why I think they're just trying stuff at this point, man. Like, for real. I think these Disney movies got it right, man.
Yeah. Hey, listen, that might be a fact. And I'm going to tell you something else, man. So we pulled up, like, first of all, all I was looking for was a dresser / changing table. So we've been trying to land on one or whatever. And so we was like, hey, let's go to IKEA. I need to pick up a little side table for my office setup anyway. So it's like, man, let's look through there and see if they got trash. They ain't had nothing good in there. So I got my little side table. That was it. We got a couple other little knickknacks. But man, we're sitting there, man. IKEA got low-key small. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like walking through IKEA used to be like a 3-hour adventure. We walked through the whole of IKEA 3 times within an hour and a half. Yeah. Matter of fact, we left and came back.
Really?
Yeah. Like, listen, we were in there. We had something that we needed to do at 7:30. So we were like, well, we still need to finish shopping. We put our shopping cart off to the side, left the store, went to Dave's Hot Chicken, trash. I won't say trash. I won't say it was trash, but it was,
you already said it.
Yeah, it was kind of like, it was like, You know what I'm saying? Like, I would go again, but I would never go out my way to get it. So we went there, ate dinner real quick, and went back to IKEA, finished up our shopping. I was like, yo.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, man, what happened? This used to be an adventure to go to IKEA, man.
Did you find what you were looking for, though?
I found the little table I was looking for, and then my wife got like some more like divided. Like, first of all, you know, they go in there with a plan. She like, I want some dividers. I want some of this. I want some of that. So we got all the little stuff that she wanted too. She like wants some like little recycle bins. Cool. We got all that stuff, man. But that dirty rain, man, had me. Yeah. It threw my whole day off, man. I was upset.
Yeah. No, definitely end of an era, bro. Yeah. Your nephew is still tight that got rid of his race car.
I know.
Kevin got rid of his race car. Yeah. No, I tried. Listen, I shot you some bail. I prepped you. So he seemed to accept it better now, but he was tight about that. But yeah, dirty rain. Because we haven't seen the car. I've seen pictures of it. It's white, right?
Yep. Yeah, we got a white truck, man. Like white SUV, man. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you what though. I will say, even though like getting rid of the Camaro, it was kind of like man, listen, driving that SUV is real nice. Real nice in there. You know
Technology's changed so much, man.
The car drives itself.
Yeah, it tells you when you're going out of the lane. It just moves you back in.
You can just put it on cruise control, put the lane assist on there, just drives itself from there. It's like perfect. You know what I'm saying? You put the little blinker on, it'll get over for you. I'm like, really? Man, yeah, I'm like, this is great.
Yeah, I got to see it in person. You've been talking about this for a while. Like, y'all do your due diligence as far as research. So I know it's going to be one of the safest cars out here. I want to get in it, man.
Hey, no doubt, man. But yeah, so end of an era, man. Yeah. I like Buddy was the first person I thought of too. Like I was like, man,
as you should.
I don't know how I'm gonna break his nephew.
He loved that Camaro, man.
I know he did.
He loved that Camaro. Then Uncle Kevin has the Camaro too. Like it's like, oh yeah,
it was an arm's reach anytime you want to see it. Like, yeah,
anytime.
Absolutely. You want to go for a ride? Yeah, let's do it. But no more. It's gone. It's out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, shoot, bro. We'll definitely have to dive more into that. We got to do like a parenting corner going forward. We'll talk more.
Yeah,
we'll talk more.
Now it's about turning into games, music, fatherhood around here. You know what I'm saying?
It is. I mean, the thing is, it's always kind of been that. Like, you know, like we're be giving like little updates on stuff, or you're asking you from the uncle's perspective. Now, as I always say, me think it's gonna be one way, but it's fun. It's gonna be funny, man. To see us, talk about this for sure. Well, shoot, man. Let's start like we always do. What we been playing? What you been playing, bro?
Preparing for fatherhood.
I knew it.
That's what I've been playing, man. Like,
no, it's still GamesMusicLyfe, kid. You got to mix in a game here and there. I knew the Ally would be your best console, and it's like you're playing it. No, I saw you playing Grand Theft. You did see me a picture of that.
I did play Grand Theft, yes, and playing it on the Ally. Perfecto. Okay. Yeah,
Perfecto?
It's great. Yeah, it's perfecto. Now, GTA 6 come out, we definitely cranking that up on the consoles, but yeah, the Ally definitely comes in handy just for some quick fun. And Grand Theft Auto is the perfect kind of game to play because it's like you could play the missions, but you ain't got to. You can just go cause some havoc for a little bit and, you know what I'm saying, go on about your day.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this, man. I thought of you because when you sent me that picture, I tried to install it on the Steam Deck, and I realized this is a Windows game. And it has that anti-cheat software, so it doesn't really play nice with the Steam Deck. So there is a way around it to get it installed. I haven't really dedicated enough time to do so. So I may or may not hover it over the Ally. So I may or may not get it. I don't know yet.
Hold on, GTA should be available on Steam.
See, I'm going to look into that. I'm going to see if it's available on Steam. Because if it's on Steam, then I'm good to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to see how that goes. Because I was trying to install it, because I already own it.
Yeah.
I own it through
Epic Game
Store.
Yep.
Yeah, but I tried to go ahead and install it that way, and it didn't work. So I'm probably end up just buying it again on Steam to play. I do want to play that.
Yeah.
So I tried to do that, and then I also end up playing Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Okay.
Of all things, man. And I didn't realize this was a PS4 game. The game still looks pretty as heck. I'm about halfway through it, having a great time, enjoying it. But I'm like, I should have, because I want to play the one that came out for PC, the retrograde or regrade, whatever it's called. I want to get that one. It was on sale. PC games are on sale right now. So I ended up grabbing that, but I want to play the Final Fantasy Remake first. So I've been playing a lot of that. And then Khalees has been playing a lot of Genshin Impact. So she got me really kind of kicking the tires on wanting to play that again too.
Word.
But I have not done so. It's just a pretty game. It's art style, but it's gambling, man. These kids she's saving up, doing her daily things to go back and buy. She's buying characters and everything, and she's telling me now dad's getting all into it. I'm like, man, this is gambling, babe. But I get it. So
hey, carrot on the stick, man. That's how it goes.
Yeah. So no, Kev, you got to keep, like, my worry for you is like you have an obsessive personality like me. You don't have to give up gaming. You don't have to give up kicks. None of that stuff, bro. Just keep going as you normally would, man. Just keep buying games, keep playing games, all of that. You know what I mean? You don't stop. Man, I don't want to, like, we get on here one day, you telling me you done already broke and you're like, all right, I'm selling everything. I'm like, you can't. We're not doing that. All right, don't do that. I accept the fact you sold Dante's race car, but not the games.
I'm gonna tell you what. Well, the other part of it, so it's like, man, when I'm not doing like house projects right now, it's like, man, just you know what I'm saying, getting in that QT time with the wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, now it's like extra important. You know what I mean? So
oh yeah, for sure. Because like in a little while, it'll be you versus y'all two versus the world, man. It's y'all two versus little man, or little girl, whatever you know what I mean. Whatever it's gonna be, it's y'all versus the baby. That's just what it is, bro. And as long as that happens, because like me and Street, it's always been that way. Like, I love my kids, but it's us, me and mom versus y'all. You know, so you gotta establish that, man.
Now, see, I will say it might end up being a little different because it's like, yo, listen, it's just gonna be the one for now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, baby gonna have to just kind of come into the fold. You know what I mean? Like, you have to get down with the program now, baby. You know what I mean? Like, this baby's gonna be like an old person. Like, you be like an adult, full. You know what I'm saying? Gonna be a full blown adult, man. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying?
We thought that too. And I'm like, man, they got older parents with cool parents, but this older, just we chill, But no, the kids just kind of work they work the body, man. They have a way. They have a way of working the body. Thinking.
I'm calling cap. I'm calling because Khalees was chill.
Yeah, that's very true.
The older kids were older. They were like too old to, like, for her to keep up and, like, you know what I'm saying, getting into stuff. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all were already established parents. So it's kind of like, yeah, she was real chill. It was the twins that came in. They was like, yo, I got other kids around. Like, it's time to turn up. You know what I mean? let's turn this thing up. Khalees was like, you know what it is? We outnumbering them. Them older kids, they gone. Let's turn up.
Yeah, exactly. God has a sense of humor, man, in that. Because like you said, we were blessed in the fact that Khalees was very chill. Mm-hmm. But the twins was literally God saying, like, look, you think it's going to be one way, okay? But it's the other way, right? Because, like, they came in. When we built the house, it was like literally every design that we did, we had the Dante in mind. Because, like, we knew, okay, we got to get to hire, Bannister, because he may or may not want to be Spider-Man that day. You know what I mean? So, like, all those things kind of come into play. But it's God has a sense of humor, bro. So, you think it's going to be one way, but it's the other way.
Listen, right now, I've been calling it for years. You know what I mean?
You have. That's what I don't like. I got to be honest with you. Now that we bumped into that, like, I don't like that everything that you, like, not everything, but most things that you said with this so far have come the way you was going to do. Yeah. So my way, in my story, it's going to be a curveball is going to happen. So
it could.
I don't know. It's still time.
Like, listen, I don't want to get too cocky. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm trying to stay humble. But, well, no, like, listen. So, I mean, listen, the podcast listeners can know, too. Like, man, listen, I said all sons, baby. So far. I'm not gonna lie. Full transparency, I was pissed. Okay, because
I called it for you. Like, nah, you ain't gonna be. No, it's not. You don't have no boys. You ain't gonna be that lucky.
All sons. Right now, it's all sons. Let's go. But nah, listen, I ain't gonna lie. If you know what I'm saying, if it's in God's will later on down the line that we would have another child, I would not mind having a daughter second. That would be dope too. Now having two boys, hey, you know what I'm saying? But we had a girl, you know what I'm saying, it'd be dope. But I am happy the first one could be a boy. That's
dope. I am too. At this point, I'm just happy. Period. You know what I mean? So, we may or may not have. I think we gave y'all a couple stuff for the baby already, but we may or may not have more things too. So hey, listen, I'm talking about like.
This baby got a lot of stuff already, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh, for sure. Like, I'm there's a lot of stuff over here.
Got a wardrobe, man. I'm gonna tell you what, I don't want to say the worst part, but like I would say it's the worst part because like I know myself and like we be going into the stores and like yes, we go look at the baby clothes and we be like, oh, like he got to have it. He got to have it.
Well, the tough part about that is like. He's only going to be in it for a little bit of time.
We know,
and like they grow out of it so quick. They're like, I'm not gonna get rid of this stuff.
Don't get it.
Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like nah. I see it. I want it. I want him to have it. Will he ever be able to wear it? I don't know.
He's got to know, man. The year that he was born was just a great year. His uncle's team won the Super Bowl. Dad's team won the national championship. It's a great year so far, bro. Yeah. Like it's nuts. And then you entered the world. You entered the chat. You put your quarter was entered into the slot machine of Lyfe, and now here comes a new challenger.
Yeah.
It's you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He been loading up great stuff. You know what I'm saying since conception. You're like, man, whoo,
right?
Yeah, this kid's a winner. Just luck and good fortune, man. I love this kid.
Blessings, man. The year he was born.
You know what I mean?
Like, yo, man, I'm looking right in his eyes. Like, yo, the year you were born, the Eagles won. Let me tell you about Jalen Hurts, nephew. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you about, you know what I mean? Tell you about Jalen Carter. You know what I'm saying? He slipped in the draft because he had a drinking problem, nephew. But hey, we'll talk about that later. You know what I mean? Like, worked out. Bird gang.
Man, oh man.
Oh man. But anything else going on gaming wise, bro? So
nah.
It's a slow time in games. Like I said, I'm just catching up on some stuff. I need you to get back into gaming though, Kev. Like,
I'm gonna try. But man, I'll tell you what, this schedule, man, it's been packed. It's been just jam packed getting ready. Yeah. But yeah, it's good times. Good time.
Prep time.
Yeah.
Shoot, man, NBA is going on right now. I gotta slow walk this conversation with the NBA. All right. So I'm gonna start first of all. My man Wemby's out for the season. Had a blood clot in his arm.
Sad.
Which means he played through the All-Star game with the blood clot. We were already talking about him having a great year. CP3's the curse, bro. CP3 brung the blood clot. In my story, he's the reason why. Come on, think about it. He's like Wemby got a blood clot. It's got to be CP3's a bad luck charm, bro. He slept rock.
Hey, you might be right, man. CP3 probably did it at the All-Star game, man. At the skills challenge, man, getting Wemby disqualified.
Exactly. That bad juju got on him. They shut him down. But the thing about it is he played the All-Star game with it. And you can't play with that with blood clots, of course. But I was like, when they said it, I'm like, dang, how? I don't want the big man curse to get on Wemby to where he start getting like these injuries. It sounds like they got a good handle on it.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's going to be okay. Just more precautionary. Like, we can't play with this. This is probably going to be the best player in the league in a couple of years. So let's shut him down now. Yeah. So it seems like that'd be the case. So I'm okay, with that. And I hope he, makes a speedy recovery. And it sounds like he's in good spirits and everything is cool. So
indeed, Wemby's going to be fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Wemby's going to be fine. I tell you who's not going to be fine though. My man Joel Embiid, man.
Ooh, man, yeah, they were talking about the Sixers go try to medically retire my boy.
Yo, when they start talking about they taking bones from other part of your body and putting it into other parts of your body, that knee is gone.
Yeah, it's time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time to hang it up, man. Like, he's out for the season. So where do they go from here?
Blow it up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, well, can you though? The process is done. It's no more trust the process. The process is done. Yeah. So what do they do?
Brother, listen. I could have told you that the process was done. That's like, bro, do you remember what's my guy's name, man? Paul George. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Did you know he plays for the Sixers? Yeah, he does, man. He plays for the Sixers, man.
He's the block, right? Man. He's the block. He's the block.
The second they signed him, they basically were blowing the team up the second they signed Paul George. It's like, what's this? Like, yo, and they really tried to act like they was making a splash. It was like, excuse me, like, come on, man.
You're right.
Yeah,
right.
Like, yeah, it's over, man. Get, you know what I'm saying? Free Maxey.
Right. Yeah, free Maxey for sure, bro. Yeah. Like, when the young boy, the little the guy they got from Duke, the guard, he was out for the season.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but with Embiid though, he ended up playing the entire USA games, whatever, when he's playing in the Olympics. He was on one leg at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So man, I hate to say maybe thinking the career is over, but when I don't know, man,
that's
don't look good,
crazy.
Ken.
He coming off an MVP season.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know.
To MVP to medically retire.
Right. I don't know, man. I really don't. I don't know. I just I hope he's okay. I mean, because other teams aren't looking good either. Like, look at the Suns, man. Like, is it time to trade Devin Booker?
Yeah, they might be time to blow that up too, man. Like, KD probably should have took the trade.
Well, KD's gonna get traded this summer. They said it's a foregone conclusion. They're gonna trade him this summer.
Yeah. And I mean, he knows it. He's like, man, listen, it's time. I'm out of here. He just didn't want to blow it up in the middle of the season because he's like, man, going mid-season sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It breaks all the chemistry. It's just not a good time to do this. But over the summer, I'm out of here. Book, you might as well go and get out of there too. First of all, signing Brad Beal, terrible idea. Like,
that was Brad a bad Bill's idea.
Been finished, okay? Like,
I think at that point they were just throwing stuff against the wall, seeing what stuck.
It was just best available. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. But the whole concept of big three, the thing is, all three you got to be good.
Exactly.
You know I'm not really convinced that Bradley Beal's good.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, Brad Beal always was like, Brad Beal is not better than CJ McCollum. Like, they like, you know what I'm saying? They kind of like same par. Like, and I like CJ McCollum. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think CJ might be better at this point though.
He might be. You know what I'm saying? I only really say, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Brad Beal, he's a supporting player. Or he looked good with the Wizards because they were the Wizards. You know what I mean?
Right. You know right. I mean? High volume shooter on a bad team.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, you know what the thing is? Until you said it, I forgot he was even on the Suns. That's how bad. I'm like, he doesn't fit. Like, that whole team just never fit well.
The talents didn't line up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just wasn't a good mesh. First of all, it's like Beal and Booker really play the same position, and it was kind of like, like, stop all this positionless basketball. Like, man, let's get back to the basics. You know what I mean?
Right. No, for sure.
Yeah, figure out what works, man, and play to your talents. Like, Brad Beal, he's just a mid-level guy. Like, we try to act like he was a big three, but it wasn't a big three. He's getting big three money, but it wasn't no big
Definitely
three
got
there.
That. So hold on. So if KD gets traded this offseason, where do you think he should go? Where do you want him to go?
KD, where should KD go, man? Spurs.
Yeah, I like that. I like that pick. Rumor was saying, or the Mavericks before that thing fell out. My God, does anything feel like the Mavericks? Like, what happened over there? Like, first of all, the trade. I'm still like, every time I see something happen, I just want to scream Nico. Like, Nico, I want to scream it because, like, what was man thinking? For real, like, what was he thinking trading Luka Doncic, bro?
Luka really had to be wilding outside of
I
outside
don't
of the
think
game.
so.
Man. He like you had to be because they like now it's starting to come out that they didn't want to pay him that money, and like ever
That's
since
what it comes down to.
ever since that rumor came out, man, Zion been balling because he like oh word
Zion has
y'all ain't just giving out them supermaxes. Oh, bet
Right.
my fault.
Let me
I thought that was a foregone conclusion. I was gonna get that supermax, man. I didn't think you was allowed to do that.
Right, exactly. You could trade me. Anybody can get traded. Once Luka gets traded, like anybody can get traded. 25 years old, you traded him away.
Like, wait, what a second? I thought it was the franchise player. You could trade the franchise player. Oh man, my bad.
At any time.
Right.
I'm gonna get this tattoo because this is a bad choice. I'm gonna get this tattoo.
That was a horrible tattoo. Like, yo, mans might be a fan. Like, you know what I'm saying? When all those stories was coming out, when the stories was coming out, I didn't want to believe it. But after I saw that tattoo, I was like, he might be a fan. You know
Yeah, but he's trying to get that money though. He's trying to get that money.
That ain't the way to do it, man. Your belly
No, it's
button
not.
ain't the way
That's
to do it, man.
Awful tattoo. First of all, the thing is like, okay, all right, I don't know how we got here, but like, man's tattoo, like man's belly button was like something, you know what I mean? Like you're you're a professional basketball player, all right? Like your circumference of your belly button should be the same as mine, all right? Like it shouldn't like.
Damn, I mean, nah. Like even beyond that though, like as a man. Like, man, it's a
violation.
Right.
It's a
violation, man, for you to get
violation. You might as well got the lower back tat.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
man,
you just certain.
You got the toilet bowl swirl tattoo around your belly button.
Exactly.
You know
yeah.
Like
to your point though, as a man, there's certain regions you just don't get tats at.
Yeah.
Like what made you go there? Like, you know what I mean? Like you could have went with the Chris Brown route and had the, you know what I mean, the full wings. I was tired of that. Every dude got that. That was dumb.
Yeah.
But and you know, if y'all got it, shout out to y'all. But I'm saying that was stupid. That's like kind of the Odell Beckham hairstyle too. Y'all had a grown man leading y'all down a path that was like, don't do it. But anyways, no, do not get that. Like of all things, like don't get the gumball swirly. I mean, the tattoo around your belly button.
Yeah, like right. Bro, it's like, man, that's like the folks that get the throat tattoos. It's like,
yeah,
bro, don't do that. Yeah,
yeah. Well, I mean, the throat tattoo is really bad.
Yeah, like it's horrible. Horrible.
Yeah,
like
you can't work. Like where you gonna work? Like
well,
stop.
Even,
don't do that.
Past that, man. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you got a bunch of money signs or like a goat. It's like
like hey, what's up with you today, man?
I'm potting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you are.
I'm potting today. You know what I'm saying? I'm biting.
Yeah, you are. I love it.
Like, but yeah, don't do that, bro. Like, what you trying to tell us, brother? Like, don't do that.
Right? Like
wait a second. What you mean by that? You know what I'm saying?
Like, hold on, 20 seconds. Flag on the play, man. It's sound, man.
Like, yeah, like nah, and then like you can't even really cover it up because it's like,
right?
What you doing, dog?
Like, you know what? I knew. Yeah, we're not hanging out no more. Like, I'm out. Like,
yeah, I'm done. We're done. Yeah, don't get no belly button tattoos, man. No lower back tattoos, and no neck throat tattoos, man. Like, don't do it.
I'll tell you the thing about it is that what pissed me off about it was like the angle they took the picture of the belly button tattoo. It was laying down, like it was like my man. I didn't like the angle. Like,
yeah, man. Like I'm saying, like man, you like trying to do some Doctor Strange spells with your belly button, like dog.
Right?
Nah, man. I know it's Naruto or whatever. Like man, like nah, dog. You a grown man.
Oh, that's
Cut
what
it out.
Is?
I guess.
Oh,
I've never seen Naruto, so I don't know what that's all about. Listen, dog. That ain't it, man. You should have left that in the comic books, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It sounded fire.
No man's in them to tell you not to do it. But anyways, all right, leave Zion alone. Let's get off of him. The fact that Luka is a Laker right now. The Lakers are the second
they're killing
seed.
too, yeah.
They're killing. Luka, they won 8 in a row. This is the first 8-game winning streak that Luka's ever had. He's been with the Lakers 10 games.
Yeah.
All right. His Ozempic is starting to kick in.
Ooh.
All right. So like, yo, man's is in shape. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not even really fully healthy yet. So like right now, I think they're playing the Celtics right now, right?
Probably. That sounds about right.
Yeah, they're playing the Celtics. They were saying something about it's the most expensive game in I think maybe because of the salaries. I don't know. I couldn't really understand it.
Fair
But yeah, they're
enough.
playing the Celtics right now. The Celtics are blowing them out. It's 92-77. So let me go and
Sorry,
close
it
this
was
browser.
time to it was time to have an off night. It's cool. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's,
But yeah,
it's
the
fine.
Lakers. But I still don't. It trips me out that Luka's a Laker though.
It does.
It's still I can't believe it. But they're the second seed. But on the flip side of it, talking about Dallas, Kyrie is now out for the season. He tore his
I hate
ACL.
to see it. But my man still went out like a warrior, shot them free throws, man. You know what I'm saying? That's that Kobe. That's that Kobe dog in him. You know what I'm saying? That Black Mamba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody on that team got hurt. Everybody on that team got hurt, man. Nico,
man.
He's the MVP. Nico's the MVP of the season. Seriously, the MVP of the season so far. But we can't even. The thing about that though, you trade away Luka. On the flip side of that, on the other side, I would say the other trade that happened was Jimmy Butler is with Golden State. They're a dark horse, bro. I really think they could be a team that could make some noise in the playoffs.
They're figuring it out, right? Like
yeah,
Jimmy Butler finally. You know what? Jimmy finally embraced being second fiddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was for the best because it's like, yo, listen, man, take some of that pressure off you, dog. You're not the guy. Like, it's no question that you're not the guy on Golden State. So it's like, yeah, now you can really just kind of be free, man, and do what you're supposed to do, man. Like, play your role. Like, not to say that Jimmy can't be a first option because he's definitely shown us that he can. But it's like, yo, you don't have to play with that kind of edge. You can really just focus on being sharp in your game. You know what I'm saying? I think that's going to be good for them and good for the Warriors. But
I definitely agree. But let me ask you this: was that part of the problem you had with Jimmy Butler? Is that he felt like he was better than what he was?
No, he was a weird guy. He's just a weird person.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's a strange guy. I mean, like, listen, we see his picture every year. He's a strange guy.
He's trolling though. Like he does that on purpose. We did see that on this, Starting Five on Netflix, that special. He did say he does that on purpose. And I get it, but it's still weird. Nonetheless, it is weird.
Yeah. It's just a strange guy, but I mean, it's all good. But what we really need to talk about is them Lakers, man. Since LeBron decided to press Stephen A like a panini, you know what I'm saying? Like he.
All right, what did you think about it? Let me start there. What did you think about it?
Hey, as he should. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, I'm of two minds because, like, first of all, Stephen A not wrong to talk about Bronny. Bronny is a professional athlete, and that's what Stephen A does. He talks about professional athletes. So I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe he ain't hyping Bronny up to be the superstar that he is, but, he got a job to do. He doing his job. But at the same time, like, LeBron is also doing his job.
Right. But doing his job as a dad or as a teammate or both?
Both. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a dad teammate, you got to go twice as hard. You got to protect your teammate and you got to protect your son.
No, that's a fact. And I'm going to tell you, man, Bron was pissed. The reason why I knew he was pissed, it wasn't even into the game. It was middle of the third quarter going to the fourth quarter. He got up and said, hold on, bro. He thinks stuff is sweet. Went over there, got me. And I'm going to tell you, the thing that got it is like, this is where I find funny. People, like in my fantasy football group chat, there was a guy in there saying, I wouldn't have let LeBron sun me like that. First of all, LeBron is 6'9", 260. If that Brahma Bull is in front of you, you're going to take whatever tongue lashing you could take. I gave Stephen A credit from like just standing up and taking the butt chewing like a man.
Listen, first of all,
he took it. Pause.
Stephen A is like 60 years old, okay? Like, don't get slapped.
True.
Bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can't be out there trying to rumble. Like, you know what I mean? Like, them days is over with. If you ain't got that thing on you, stand down, brother. It's time to let's talk it out. Let's figure it out. Well,
and if you watch the clip again, Markieff Morris was in the cut. He could have he could have eye jammed him. He's waiting for it to happen.
Stephen A was playing an away game, so he played that accordingly. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
he did.
You got to expect that man not going to be playing about his kids. So it's like, yeah, all right. That's a bet.
Yeah. Even Stephen A came afterwards. He did. I didn't like the podcast he had afterwards where he talked about it. He kind of took a little victim route, but he did say, like, listen, that was a dad talking to me. That wasn't really, LeBron, a teammate. That was a dad talking about his son. And I will say, looking back at the footage of what Stephen A said about Bronny, I think it was a little bit hard what he did, but like you said, to your point, everyone is up for scrutiny when it comes to, criticizing players. That's just what it is. It comes with the territory. But when I did see a lot of reporters come back and say, look, what LeBron did was good. I didn't know how much of this went into them caping for LeBron or whether it was really like real talk, but they were like, no, we got to be accountable for what we say. And if it wasn't, they didn't feel like it was right. And I think part of this is just the talking head version of sports that we have today. You're going to say some outlandish stuff and you should get pressed for it. And there's no problem. Wasn't nothing going to happen. I think nothing physically was going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, like, it was all good. Like, yo, listen, Stephen A was fair game to criticize Bronny. And LeBron was, you know what I'm saying, fair game to address Stephen A. about his criticisms of Bronny. Like, hey, like, it's cool. It didn't go no further. It did. Right. It just looked a little weird because, you know what I'm saying, LeBron really like towering over Mins, you know what I mean, and talking to him very stern.
Very stern. Like he definitely like somebody talking, a parent talking to another person about their child. It definitely we knew where it came from. Like, oh, okay. And, you know, Stephen A. just looked, you know, he looked real little in the light, bro. Like LeBron, they didn't have to do the angle like that either. The fact that LeBron is like above him, it was like,
you see like LeBron's shadow like casting over Stephen A. It's like, all right.
And Stephen A. got the hunched shoulders, you know what I mean? Like he don't do shoulder workouts. It's like, it's just not a good look, man. But now we have rumored that what's my man, Skip Bayless and Stephen A. supposed to be on their first take, or not first take, something. They're gonna be on a show together, maybe his podcast. So they, you know, the LeBron haters are gonna be back, and I hope if they some real ones, then Skip should come in there and give Stephen A. some crap by, like, hey man, heard you had a tough day last week, you know, like, yeah, hey, want to talk about it?
Skip might want to, you know what I'm saying, Skip still got allegations, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he definitely do. I'm surprised he's back on TV.
Yeah. Listen, he interviewing for a job right now, like, be cool, you know what I'm saying, like, Stephen A. low-key doing you a favor. But
right, throwing him a bone.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going on in the space of reporting now. Like Kendrick Perkins and Barkley are going at it. Like what's up right now? Like what's going on, man? They both said I want all the smoke. Like I just don't like the fact that I like Charles Barkley and I want the TNT crew to have a good run. Even if they're going to ESPN, I think it'd be super dope. Mm-hmm. But I do think that the TNT crew, they give more of a analysis side of sports than Kendrick Perkins is the buffoon, in my opinion. I don't really. His takes are just they don't make a lot of sense a lot of times. He's barking on TV. Like I get that they're grasping at straws, they're trying to do stuff. So these two kind of going back and forth with a myriad of words, and then they're tweeting, "I want all the smoke." It's like, what are we doing here,
hey, man? They got to keep their names in the news cycle, man. They're entertaining too. So it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? They just keeping it entertaining. It's fine. You know what I mean? Listen, NBA viewership is down. So they got to do whatever they got to do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Keep their name in the conversation. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah. No, I do too. I guess I want to know. I don't know. Like the talking head stuff, just report on the games, man. Like, is there some good basketball being played in some games? Like when you watch Detroit play, I watch like Houston play. I'm like, these young boys is really out here getting it. So the parity is really up there. And you look at Memphis, they're still trying to figure it out. Hopefully no NBA young boy albums come out so John Morant can stay playing. But you know, there's parity going on in the league right now, man. But I'm here for it. But I think ultimately the best two teams in the NBA right now are Oklahoma City and the Cavs. The Cavs are balling.
The Cavs are balling for sure. What they on a 13-game win streak?
Something like that.
Something like that. Know? Yeah, Spider was out there. Man, he going off. He really trying to go for his. So I respect it. But as far as the talking heads go, man, like, listen, just because there's some parity in basketball, that ain't gonna make the shade room, okay? Like they see what Shannon Sharp got going on. They want that for themselves, and I get it. So
yeah,
it's cool. It's cool.
I understand. Well, shoot, man, there's nothing really going out sports wise. The Eagles still won the Super Bowl a couple weeks ago. I want y'all to know that. I gotta remind y'all of that. All right, man. Your boy J. Cole, he released a single.
Yeah. He was rapping.
He rapped his butt off. I think Wiz Khalifa jumped on the remix. I think they have a remix out now.
Yeah, he sure did, man. Like it was cool.
Okay. Is he back? What's up?
Who, Cole or Wiz? I'm gonna tell you what, Wiz been low key going off. Like Wiz, he done caught like 2 little freestyles that people's like, okay, yeah, Wiz going. But so you know what I'm saying, I'm happy for Wiz. Is Cole back? I mean, Cole didn't really leave. You know what I'm saying? He's still sitting comfortably in third. Like, it's cool.
Is he in third? Okay, let me ask you this.
Like, listen, it doesn't really matter anymore. It's like, man, listen, it's only one.
Right, it's a big one. But hold on. Do you care that he's rapping, basically talking the tough talk stuff again? Does that bother you at all?
Nah.
After he bowed out of the battle? Okay.
Nah, because I mean, like, it was one of them ones where it's like, man, you hear it and you're like, all right, yeah, he rapping, and then you move on with your day. I mean, it ain't like
I agree.
It ain't like you ran it back 5 times or like it really stuck with you. You heard it, you was like, yeah, Cole rapping, man, that's cool, and then you kept on, you threw GNX back on.
I was about to say, I just went back to GNX. I was just about to say that because I do think that all the other 2 were in tough spots. Because like, yo, Triple S, it came and went, man. It came and went, Kev. And I don't know how much of that went into it just not being relatable to some people, or maybe not being what they expected, or whether or not it was good or not. I don't want this for Drake, man. I want good music to come out.
I mean, honestly, bro, it was just a forgettable album. If we're being all the way honest with ourselves, man, it was just a forgettable album full of filler. Like, and it's cool. Like, I mean, the Nokia song was cool. Give Me a Hug was cool just for a second, but only thing that was really cool about Give Me a Hug was that you know what I'm saying, it seemed like he was kind of responding to the controversy. But it was like, on face value, like if he never mentioned the beef or nothing like that on that song, like, man, you wouldn't care. It like, what's your favorite song from All the Dogs?
I don't remember any of them.
Exactly. Or Her Loss. What's your favorite song from Her Loss? Actually,
which one was that one?
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So like, it was just another, you know what I'm saying, drop in the bucket in the endless sea of Drake songs. It's just kind of like, all right, yeah, you know, all right, it's cool, it's all right. Nah. Yeah. You just keep on going. Like, so, it just ain't nothing there, man. He did say,
no, I agree. I agree with that part. He did say that there's more music coming. You know what I'm saying? So maybe there's, you know, a rap album coming that we should want. Because I do think that the Give Me a Hug song, I added it to my gym playlist because I love it in the gym. But I want that, you know, more rapping, but I don't want the tough talking stuff. Just go back to, like, I mean, even some of the stuff he said, like, I mean, like, it's kind of like Kendrick said, man, just keep making me dance, wave my hands, won't be no threats. And it seemed like he was sticking to that. But then he gives the Give Me a Hug song, and it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I was gonna say what stuff. Bro.
All right, so let's explore this a little bit. This idea a little bit. So like, if Drake is rapping, and you don't want him to talk tough no more, what does he have to rap about?
Well, all right. There's a lot he can rap about. Go back into talking about your feelings again, because that's what got you. Like, just go back to being the guy that Nadir liked. Don't listen to Kid. I think that's what. Huh?
What feelings at almost 40?
All right, that's a good point. But it's not the feelings of Marvin's Room. Like, when you look at, you ask yourself, like, what was some of the toughest tracks from Drake? And I think that some of the stuff where he tapped into not knowing how to find love, being drunk and calling a girl that you're still attracted to. Like,
ain't
Marvin's
cool
Room
at 40 no more, bro.
It ain't cool at 40. So I don't know, man. So it sounds like he might need to grow up, Kev. You know,
kind of like we kind of boxed him out, like.
Well, not really, because he's still trying to relate to younger kids, and I don't think that's the problem. When you're 40-something years old, he's not. You don't think that this music is trying to relate to younger audience?
I mean, I feel like that's where the tough talk is. Like, 'cause I mean, what else you gonna talk about? Like, I mean, you got a lot of money, you got a lot of girls. Like, I mean, we've heard that a million times now. It's like, all right.
Very true, but I think that that's the problem when it comes to what Kendrick did, which is that he made people realize again that music is art, and you should take your time and make art. GNX it seemed like it's a layup for him, but it's like the artistry is like there, like not even just the top level rapping. It's just like, you remember like when videos would come out, I was like, all right, everything had a meaning to it, or like I love the fact of listening to something like, what did he mean by this? Not even sneak dissing, just the fact that you left nothing left. Like, there was even from, if it was visually, you're like, I'm going to capture the audience. I'm going to do it to the halftime show, to all of that. And I think that the beauty of Drake was also his Achilles heel, in the sense that he could make music at a high clip very fast, but it all started sounding the same. Yeah. There was no growth in it. And I think that that's where Kendrick's music has been different in that. And if you're a Kendrick fan, if you're not a Kendrick fan, you can at least appreciate, like, oh, there's a high level of rapping going on here, but then also you could tell he cares about the music, and that's what I want for Drake. Is get back to that.
I'm gonna tell you what. I was listening to Mr. Morale, and it even hits harder now. It's like, man, when you really listen, like, kind of like the progression of, you know what I mean, all the albums and all that stuff. Like, man, Mr. Morale is like, I thought so back then, but like even more so now when I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, this is fantastic. But like, is Drake at that point where he needs a 444? Where it's like, you need to make just a complete pivot from, you know what I'm saying, what it was that you were making, and like really, but I guess, you know what I'm saying, like, think about, and I don't want to get weird, but it's like, man, think about all that Hov kind of had to go through. Like, my man's had to get married, you know what I'm saying, have children, go through his little incident, and all of that. Like, he had to go, like, really live some life to be able to make that album, you know what I'm saying, to say, this is where I'm at now. And, you know, it's like, yo, Does Drake have anything interesting in his life actually going on to talk about? Because I mean, it seemed like he living the same life now that he was back then. As far as like when I listen to his raps, of course, we don't know what he really got going on, and if he's got something interesting to say, definitely would want to hear it. But I mean, it seemed like, what I'm saying, he's doing the same stuff he was doing 10 years ago. Like, it don't really seem like nothing really changed up too much. And honestly, I feel like that's the same hole Kanye kind of fell in.
Well, yeah, I think that's the same hole. But the difference is that Kanye can actually still be vulnerable on music and still kind of give it up to some degree too. Like we even some of the things that we know about Kanye is that we know he's been vulnerable on songs before. So where we feel like we can know him through his music. And think about it, kid. We want our artists. We don't want him to go through stuff, but like it makes the best music.
Kanye had to go through a lot. I'm saying like
he
Kanye
definitely went through a lot.
Kanye went 4 years ago. Kanye was a gospel artist,
right? All over the place.
Yeah,
all
over the place. So like,
man.
he's like That's what I'm saying. So it's like for Drake, where does he go next? Like what's next on the agenda for like what he's going to be able to rap about, or like kind of where his headspace would be in his music? You know what I mean? Like, whatever he does in his time, personal time, whatever. But like, where's his music going to go next as far as like the subject matter? How is he going to connect with the audience next?
I don't know. And the thing that's scary about that is if he now is still making music that he feels is connecting to the audience, then he has a deeper issue, because again, he's rapping to or making music catered toward people that are literally 15 years his senior, or 15 years
junior,
younger than him, his junior. Mm-hmm. And if that's still the life you're living at close to 40, then you definitely need to, you gotta tighten some stuff up, man. But I think that
even there, like, do we even know that that's the life that like these kids are living? Like, do these kids relate to it? Like, I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know if 20-year-olds are like really, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's really hitting home, or if it relates to them like in that same way, or is it just generic enough that like this should be where you're at? But like, I don't know. Like, are your kids listening to Drake?
No, my niece listens to Drake, but I don't know. The kids aren't listening to Drake, and it's like when I listen to the Triple S album, it's like to me, I don't really understand who it's catered towards. Like, I saw a lot of dudes defending it, which was kind of odd to me. But I
that's
still
just for the Drake fans. Like, I mean, like, listen, dude got a lot of fans. Like, I respect that. I respect that they standing up for that guy. But
I think the problem that came with the Triple S album, or even the problem that Drake is in right now, there already is somebody that fills that lane of what he's doing. And it's Future. I think Future still raps or talk music in the way that Drake makes music, where it's like, okay, who's this for? Very toxic, very like, yo, this dude's 40 something and he's still rapping about stuff that he should have got. Like, we already have a guy filling that void.
Even there, it seems like Future's kind of running out of steam. I hate to say it.
Oh, very much so. You already know. I told you that before.
You think about the fact he dropped 3 albums last year.
Yeah.
Do you remember any of the songs?
I do not. So I think that, I don't know, but like, do we want vulnerability from Aubrey? Yeah, I think so.
I mean, but in doing so, like, does he abandon his fan base in doing that? Because like, are they really
to
looking
some degree,
for that from him?
Well, I mean, I think that was the part about the battle that became, to me, the more glaring thing. Whereas people, you start realizing you're not a hip hop fan, you're a Drake fan, and that's okay. I'm not saying anything's wrong with that, but hip hop, there's no rapping is a big thing, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of artistry in there, man. And I think that Drake can still do it. I just he definitely owes his fans vulnerability. I think he definitely, because I think if he did do that, and it goes back to what we were saying before about how you move past this, which is be vulnerable. Just tell me, yo, bro, it hurt. Like, I'm not really suing because, I mean, if you want to put out a song, say I sued. You know what I'm saying? Like, just title it and just talk about it. Like, Tory Lanez was just released an album from prison talking about a lot of stuff, and I didn't listen to 1 second of it. Yeah, I didn't listen to it. I mean, he's on there with his, like, showing his cuts and bills. Like, you're fine. You're the same size as my 9-year-old, so stop it. But nonetheless, I don't want to hear it. But what I will say, he's in there being vulnerable, and that's where I think Aubrey should do. I think he does. I think he owes it to himself, man. I think he'll tap into some things that maybe he didn't even know he wanted to talk about. But
honestly, I say go full on pop lane. Like, man, I would really love some more Passion Fruit, some more.
I would love that too.
One Dance, some more Hotline Bling. Like, I want to hear those songs from Drake. Like, those are the songs that I shouldn't say only Drake can give us, but like those are the ones that I felt like,
But
that was where his
those
talent shone the brightest.
exactly those were like layups for him. But what made it worse is when he would try to jump back and try to be the tough talking guy again. I never liked that. I hated. Nah, but rap, but don't rap. But I'll do this, and Chubbs is gonna spin the block. Listen, Chubbs had a chance.
If he can't do it, does that mean Cole can't do it?
See, that's okay. That's a good point. But see, that's a good point. But see, the thing is, we don't believe any of them. We don't believe either of them when it comes to some of that. I think Cole has been rapping like in a way that I don't know. And you know, it's a good point. Damn, I can't really defend it.
For Cole, it's a little bit more like believable because it's like, yo, Cole is just talking about some like, yeah, like rappers don't want to see me because I'm nice. And yeah, Cole is nice. Like, yeah, that's a fact. Like, just because, listen, I still don't blame Cole for backing out of that beef with Kendrick.
Me either.
I don't think that should put any kind of tarnish on his career or his legacy or anything like that. Now, I will say I did feel like he was kind of veering off into that territory with that, what was it, Port Antonio or whatever, that track, when he was like trying to like, when it seemed like he was kind of making excuses. It was like, bro.
Yeah, he was definitely making excuses.
It was like, you don't
if I would have stayed in the battle, this would have happened. Like, stop.
Like, you don't got to do all that. Like, bro, you just, you know what I'm saying? Keep like, yeah, whatever. Like, yeah, the biggest misstep was like the 7-minute drill track. Like, yeah, that was a misstep. And the fact that he was man enough to admit, like, you know what? Yeah, I was tripping. I don't, like, folks gassed me up to do that. I ain't like, this ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't beefing with that man. Like, it's good. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Like, man.
Well, I mean, with Cole, it was the same thing like you just said with Mr. Morale. He wouldn't listen to it. When he said the words, he was like, yeah, I didn't feel right about that.
He's like, nah.
Yeah. And then it makes it worse when Kendrick doesn't say anything. He doesn't say a daggone thing. He doesn't talk about this at all. He just literally puts songs out and you're left to like try to think what he's thinking. But like he doesn't give no explanation. So now the world, like everyone else's explanation to this has been like maybe far worse. I think Kendrick will look back at these videos of the reactions and be like, yeah, I wasn't even saying that, but hey, you roll with it.
Right.
You know, so
good with me.
Exactly.
A win's a win.
A win's a win, man. Turned the Born Center and asking beg for forgiveness. In my mind, that's what he said on that bar.
Listen, I'm telling you, next time you listen to Whacked Out Murals, man, like I think he would dark. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, darker than Meet the Grams? After Meet the Grams. Like if you still listen to Meet the Grams after all this, you're a dark individual. But that's a very dark song.
So it's like
me too.
But man, but really it's like I got the playlist so that way I can hear 616. Like 616 was brilliant.
I did the same.
It was top tier rapping. But Meet the Grams is still like, oh man, yeah, this did happen. That was whew. Yeah, that was interesting.
I think for me, it's more of a moment when you were there. Like, when we talked through it on pod, you told me like, no, it dropped like an hour later. I'm like, really? Like, this is now, it just adds more inflection to the fact that this was a very dark song that you literally just stepped on this man's best nuke in this whole battle. Yeah. And then you came and made us dance less than 24 hours after that. This dude's a sicko. Leave him alone. Again, I keep asking the question over and over, Kev. Who advised him of this? Chubbs needs to have his wages garnished. Seriously.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? 40% pay reduction. But man, I'm gonna tell you what though. Now that we're like post beef or whatever, I guess we're post beef, right? Like
we are.
All right.
I would say so. Who's
gonna keep it interesting in hip hop?
Ooh, good question. Freddie Gibbs. Gibbs is pissed off. He's been calling everybody out. He even said something about Cole be rapping about how they kill rappers, their careers be blah blah blah, but he's backing out of rap beefs. So Cole, so he definitely was on Cole's head about that. Pause.
Yeah,
he was definitely calling out Joe Budden. He's still rapping his face off too. I like Gibbs, man. So I would say I was still looking for him for some more music. But other than the rapidy rappers, like I like Gibbs. I want Lupe to put something more out, but I don't know, Kev. And that's just more of us. We're just Lupe fans. But
who's the new rapper that's gonna like kind of step up to the plate? Like who? Like listen, Kendrick, Cole, and Drake wasn't meant to carry the game another decade. You know what I'm saying? Like
no.
Like yo, who's gonna be like the next person really step it up? I mean, like I see Playboy Cardi is kind of like gearing up for his next release.
He's been gearing up for like years though, Kev. Like they said even his label doesn't even know what's going on.
The worst part is like he dropped a few singles and like it just kind of seemed like everybody was like, all right, cool, when's the album coming out? It's like, no, that's nah, y'all ain't supposed to say, all right, cool. I just gave y'all like 3 songs. It wasn't supposed to be all right, cool. Hey, y'all supposed to like, can y'all listen to those a little bit longer? You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, yeah, like, cause it was just more of this on the album. So if y'all just saying, all right, cool, then yeah, I gotta push the music back.
I don't know, like without sounding like the old man in the group or on the party or even on just in life, I should say, to sound like an old man. It's like, bro, I really just loved when my artists, I didn't know much about them. When they had that mystique about them, it made me more wanting to hear their music when it did come out.
Yeah.
So, you know, like your Kendricks, like your Jay-Z's, you know, people that would give you a little piece of themselves. Now it's like with social media and everything's like you want to know everything that goes about, man. Like, you know, who's gonna pop up on the stream or something like that, and maybe that would I think less is more when it comes to my artists. So to answer your question, I really do not know. I see people trying, like Lil Baby put an album out. You know, Dirk is locked up. It's a lot of stuff going on right now, though, kid. I don't really know. I don't know, man. What do you think? Do you think anybody is even close?
Next up, yeah. I don't know. I honestly, I don't see a clear cut kind of like talent bubbling up. It kind of feels like right now the rap game has kind of just turned into a money grab. Like what happened to Sexy Red?
Like a money grab. She's where she needs to be. Gone. Yeah, that's where she's at.
Like,
man.
bro, I'm saying like she was like hot as fish grease just a few months ago, and now it's like completely forgotten.
I think it's because we live in such a microwavable society right now, man, that they to your point though, it's a money grab. Like, look at how the culture has shifted, even with like, we're sneaker dudes. Are you going to buy another pair of Travis Scotts when they come out?
If they're fire, I'll pick them up.
Well, if they're fire, you'll pick them up. But do you feel, let me say, I'll say, don't you? Do you feel like there's been too many that's come out so far?
It is a lot. Yeah. Like if they kind of lose their luster after a while, it's kind of like, all right, you know, like when they first came out, it's like, oh man, it's hottest thing.
Listen,
like, first of all, why did we stop getting highs? Like we stopped getting the highs. It was like, yo, we got
they're coming.
Are they?
They
got
will.
Travis Scott highs coming out. Okay, cool.
I don't know. I gotta think they will. It's been like Kev. It's been like 8 shoes in like the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So now it's kind of like, all right, but they were all lows, and it was like, oh, all right. I mean, another one. Like, really, once they dropped those canary ones, I think everybody's kind of like, all right.
Yeah, like, come on now.
Jumping the ship a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Jumping the shark. Like,
these McDonald's shoes, these is mud. Like,
everybody's like,
by all means, don't send me an alert on these. I don't want them. Okay,
we're good. Thanks. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. Like, but I don't like that the rap game is kind of in that weird spot. Like, I mean, Bruno Mars and Sexy Red had that song. Like, what happened to Ice Spice? It's just completely gone.
She got consumed like by Lotto, man. Like they,
like you would, like I mean that would be fair, but it's like, yo, like I've never heard a Lotto song.
Me neither. I'll tell you the one I do like though, the female rapper I do like Doechii, and I like Glorilla. I like Glorilla. She's nice.
Yeah, Glow.
But
Glow cool.
But it's so many antics that go along with them. But I don't know. Like it comes and goes, man. It's like who's the hottest or the person of the moment. The person of the moment. That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the audience shifts to that person, and then when they're done or they're deemed that the other person is hot or whatever, they just kind of get off them. Like the people like what's my girl's name that did the cow song, man? Doja Cat. She releases good music, man.
Yeah, she got some good stuff, man. She cool.
Mm-hmm.
But
but I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like for the female rap space, whatever. But like, who's the next guy? Who's next up? Like, I don't know. It's like,
bro, it's to the point where when music does come out, that I really don't like. I mean, like I like Boldy James. I like he's been rapping his face off, man.
Yeah.
Gibbs, like I said, and you know, like I saw an alert for 2 Chainz and Static Selector making an album coming out. It's like,
yeah,
do I want this in 2025?
Man,
I heard
that 2 Chainz and Larry June album is fire.
Really? See,
yeah,
I another one. I can't really like. What's my man? The Griselda dudes.
Benny the Butcher.
No, not
Barbara
him. Not
coming.
him. That's what I'm about to say. Every time I saw that mugshot, I was like, show enough. But the barber's coming. No, the one that always go boom, 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 boom.
West Side Gun.
Yeah, he had an album come out, and I didn't know.
Now I will say I have enjoyed that part of the game now, where it's like, you know what I mean. Like we kind of got more niche kind of products in hip hop, where it was like, yo, like kind of like that. If you know, that underground artists that were kind of getting a little bit more shine. I wish
But that was
Currency
the
was
beauty
more in
of
the
it.
mix. Yeah, but I'm saying like I think that's dope that we still have that in hip hop, that people are still checking for. You know what I'm saying? I won't call it boom bap, but like just more of
Yeah.
an underground sound. I do like that, but yeah, it's just like, yo, why is hip hop out of the mainstream conversation? And maybe it's because all these guys is catching cases, or you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, but it
Yeah.
just seems like it's a
They're
weird
really
time.
living.
Like Kendrick came and put the energy back in the game, but it's like, yo, Kendrick's been in the game for 15 years.
Well, it means the same thing we said about when Hove put out 444. We were like, man, he shouldn't be the one holding the torch anymore.
Right.
It should be somebody else coming up. So maybe it'll come about. I'm not sure. I do think that Drake not being in the mix, Drake has to find his way back in. They got to like the game. I can say they need Drake, but it's good to have that balance.
But
you
now,
know,
now we bumped into kind of a cool conversation before we close out, man. It's like, yo, like did Drake benefit from kind of like I don't want to say the decline of hip hop, but like, did he benefit or attribute to the decline of hip hop, man? Because it's like, yo, like if we're being honest, like, man, his product hasn't been good this decade. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. But like, okay, but why wasn't it good?
Well, I shouldn't say it's not been good. It's like it's just been good enough. You know what I'm saying? It's not been anything innovative. It's not pushing the limits, but it's because there was nobody else there to really fill that space. You know what I'm saying? There was no competition. It was just kind of like, all right, this.
Well, I think that no one would challenge him though. See, I would say I would provide a little bit of pushback in the sense that it got to me. I think the word I would use is lazy, and I would say that no one provided any pushback because they wanted to leech off of as hot as he was. Maybe. So then it kind of posed the question of like, maybe did he get the UMG push? It's kind of clear to say that he did. So it's like, okay, I want to be a part of getting this UMG push. So let me get a Drake feature. Whereas like everybody had Drake, and I think like even with like where Ross had it, like I don't know if anyone gave any pushback in the sense that, and I'm talking about just friendly fade back and forth as far as I want to be the best rapper alive. Remember, wanting to be the best rapper alive was like the stamp.
Yeah.
And then it was like, like when Wayne took the torch, it's like, okay, he's the best rapper alive. And then he went auto-tune that. And then it was like, all right, man, what's going on? But you know what I mean? So like, I think there's no one came along to offer or provide any pushback, or maybe the people that could provide pushback, he Shang Tsung them. Because I do think that Yachty had a wave going for a minute where when he put out that
Let's Start Here.
Yeah, where he had the Black Seminole. Like listen, I remember when I first listened, like, yo, this is crazy. Yeah. But then you start seeing like Drake being on songs with him, and he sounded like that sound. Yeah. So it's like, all right, man, like what's going on here? We know what's going on. But again, I don't want to sound like a Drake hater, but it's more so, yeah, he kind of Shang Tsung the acts that could have like Triple X.
And it was weird though. It was weird though, because it's like it felt like Cole was starting to kind of pick up momentum from like 2023, 2024. Cole like he was killing all those features, man. He was kind of picking up momentum, and it seemed like he was poised to like kind of take that next step up. And I mean, like Cole's already a huge, you know what I'm saying? He was a big artist, but you know what I'm saying? It did feel like he was kind of elevating the game a little bit, and then you know what I mean, like steam kind of ran out on that, and it's whatever.
No, steam didn't run out. No, he bowed out from the battle, Kev. The steam didn't run out.
I mean, but I'm saying that whole might delete later tape. Like, man, it was more on there than that. I'm saying, but we never went back and listened to that after, like, we got that diss or whatever, and you know what I'm saying, it was mixed reactions to the diss, then the apology, and then that song got deleted. Nobody ever, like, we don't talk about nothing else on that album.
Well, I mean, because it's like, we don't. It kind of.
What's the last hip hop classic album? Like, man, we had classics that defined generations. Like, yo, these past 3 to 4 years, like, bro, we've not gotten any like really lasting body of work. And like, why is that? What's missing from the game right now? And actually, I take that back, because I thought what Gibbs was doing was very special these last few years, man. But but you get what I'm saying though. It's like, man, it ain't really been like. It ain't been that like consensus, like, yo, this is top tier, like until GNX. But yeah, like we haven't had that consensus, like, yo, this is top tier music, like, you know what I'm saying? This is cinema. You know what I mean? Yeah,
no, definitely. But I do think, to your point, with Gibbs being maybe one of, if anyone else, if you think of anyone else, you could say it, but I don't think of anyone else that was just making music to where you wanted to hear more from them, and then everything not sounding the same. Like even when he gave us the Halloween album, the one that, I mean, like he had soul samples on there. He was rapping his face off. He talked about stuff that he was going through. It was like, all right, man, like this guy is really, it seemed like he cares about the music.
Yeah.
So, you know, who else cares? Who else is just like not making, you know, just low hanging fruit music, man.
And like, yo, if whoever's listening to this, man, like get in the comments, man, drop your thoughts down in the comments. Cause like, I want to know, maybe we're just missing it. But like, I think about like, man, remember Big Sean dropped the album not too long ago?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what happened?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that was a big year with Drake and Kendrick going at it. Like maybe some stuff came out.
He got caught up in the whirlwind, but
I think he did. Yeah,
it's like it's bad time, man. Like push all that back. But yeah, it's just like, yo, it doesn't feel like we've gotten any of those kind of generation defining albums in a while. You know what I'm saying? And like, and for Drake to have kind of been sitting, you know what I mean, at the head of the table for a lot of that, you know what I mean? And the fact that we didn't get anything that feels like, oh, it's very memorable. It's like, well, it kind of feels like, man, you was kind of lame ducking the seat. You know what I
mean? Yeah. I mean, and now looking at it post beef, we're like, all right, how good was your run? Like, it's got people looking at it that way.
Like, see, that's tough. Like, man, like, sheesh. It shouldn't be that way, but
it shouldn't.
Yeah.
It shouldn't. But, you know, we'll see. And I want more from Cole. Hopefully, like, to your point, though, because I remember when I thought the album was going to come out. Now it's like, it seems like your point, again, is coming right. It might come out 2026.
Listen, you know? The fall off, low-key already fell off. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't need to drop an album, man. He just fell off. It was like, all right.
Well, I mean, like Clouds. We talked about it earlier.
Yeah, there can be redemption there.
There can be, but does people care? Because even when Clouds came, we were like, "Oh man, he's rapping," but all right, and that was it. It was like it was gone. Like it's like no one cares. Like all right,
like when he was killing those features, man. Like he had the track with Yachty. He was like, "Oh man, he's going insane!" Like
he was going insane. But again, he was talking about how he was the best rapper alive. No one's rapping better than him. But then was like, "All right, go prove it." And he was like, "I'm done. Put my chin out, punch me as hard as you can. You know what? Get out of here. You're no longer. I don't want like. It's like all the features is all for naught.
Be that though. That's what I'm saying. Like he should still be able to put out like a classic body. Like the music should speak for itself, but I don't know.
It should, Kev, but rap and hip hop, everything about the culture is competitive. Man. And you had a chance to compete and you bowed out, and it was like, all right, bro, you're done. So like, I hope he's not done.
It's cold.
But it's hard,
cold,
man.
Like, man,
I'm not buying it for you.
I'm rooting for Cole.
You called the man. No, you're not. You called the man J. Cole for years. All right,
and we'll continue to. Like, man, listen. I already told you fell off, man. I don't need to hear the fall off. You know what I'm saying? But I'm rooting for my guy to not fall off. I'm rooting for him. This would be the comeback. You know what I mean? But
yeah. Hey, man, I think it might be done.
Yeah.
All right, man. You got anything else?
Nah, I think that'll do it.
Let's get out of here. But yo, beautiful people, this is Nadir.
This Kev.
And yo, we are Games Music Life. This was the Games Music Life podcast, episode 367. Drink more water, people. Peace.